Hello everyone. I am Lynn. I will share with you today is our store's best seller list in this small shop section. We can find a ranking list. So what if we make it onto this list? You can see our daily chart, weekly and monthly rankings, which sellers have been doing better recently, which shops stand out again if we specialize in certain categories. Then we need to keep observing the changes in these rankings. You must know the corresponding category. What level can your opponent achieve? What products are your competitors selling? This is something that operations must pay attention to. So can we be on this month's list? Go filter to the corresponding category. Take beauty as an example. We can take a look at the top 10 recently. What are they respectively? What do we see with this third placee? It's our influencer who recently livestreamed a big company. It's also because this influencer has stood out recently. That expert is quite unique. Bringing goods means bringing your own store. My own brand. So what about this store? He actually doesn't have a large number of experts overall. Everyone can compare it. This store only has 140 influencers, but everything else is in the thousands, even with nearly 10,000 experts. So if it's this type of opponent, it's quite difficult to compete. He hit his own personal IP address. It's hard for you to surpass him. What are the corresponding categories on this list? You need to keep an eye on any new additions every day. And your opponent, is he a local seller or a cross-border seller? The difference between local sellers and cross-border sellers actually lies in local sellers have a regional advantage in live streaming. But cross-border sellers are more informed than local sellers. The direction and methods of operation are also more flexible. We have many sellers from the United States. They all came specifically to our site in Shenzhen. Go learn TikTok's operations, because in the United States, the operational methods are actually in place. It will still be relatively lagging behind. If anyone has communicated in the United States before, you will find that our cross-border advantages are actually significant. In addition to the geographical aspect, there is also the entire operational strategy, including some of the problems we have already solved. It is still a difficult obstacle to overcome in the United States. So everyone is doing operations in China. It is quite advantageous, but if you can build your live streaming team locally, then you will reduce some of the risk of flow restrictions compared to others. Speaking of our ranking list, what about it? We need to go check it out every day. What kind of changes have occurred in today's ranking? You need to always pay attention to your own category. For example, what you are making is this household item, and what about daily? You need to keep an eye on who made the list today. You need to be able to know your top 10 opponents yourself. What products does he sell separately? For example, we need to visit this store. Does he update any new products every day? If you are also in the home furnishings category, then has he released any new products? What is the latest method of his influencer? How many new influencers have been added? For example, his total number of people is 2,800. Has he added any new ones recently? Or the 9th ranked one? He only has a total of 198 experts. Why did he stand out? You need to analyze his product. What are your advantages compared to your product? Or what other advantages does he have? So when we click in, we can see his shop mainly selling the top 2 products. But there aren't many experts who help them with their sales. There are not many live broadcasts, nor are there many short videos, so we can make a preliminary judgment. They are either product card owners or orders that have been broadcasted with traffic. Can you do a live broadcast? Can you build more experts? This is one direction you can go to break through. So we need to observe some opponents every day, then go take a look at our overall category. How competitive is he really? If any opponent stands out recently, you need to know right away. Doing operations means being the most informed. You need to give feedback to your boss. What strong opponents have entered the market recently? Are you the corresponding one? We need some coping strategies. Do you have a patent, or can you have some barriers? What team can you add if your judgment is that you cannot defeat this opponent? Do you need to do something first? Inventory control of products, to avoid leaving too much inventory in the United States at that time. So what about these? We all need to observe our rankings. Come and monitor our opponents. It would be best if you were to compete with your peers. Collect it all. We are currently in each category. They all go to collect some of our strongest opponents, including some new additions from competitors. What about after collecting? You can see it in real-time, changes in some of his data and product updates. It also facilitates your long-term tracking of this opponent in the future. What about this one? It is the biggest impact of our ranking. So everyone must make good use of our tools to better assist your operations on TikTok. Okay, that's the content of our list for today.